What's going on, guys? So today's interview was shot with Andre Ferguson, IFBB Men's Physique Pro, three-time Arnold champion. And in this video, we covered a little bit about his perspective on politics, what's going on in culture today, and also, of course, we talked about the sport of men's physique. So if you do like this video, make sure you give it a like and hit the subscription button, and hope you enjoy the video. No weapon formed against me shall prosper.
How you doing?
There's true meaning behind that. So all right, everyone, welcome to the very first episode of For Me Against Me. And I am very excited for my very first guest. He's a teammate of mine from Dark Sport. And if you follow the sport of bodybuilding at all, the over-encompassing sport of bodybuilding, this man needs no introduction. His name is Andre, Mr. Keep It 100 Ferguson. And let's welcome Andre, everyone.
What's going on? What's going on?
All right. So what's going on? So with today's show, we're going to talk a little bit about bodybuilding to start off with, talk about your career a little bit, and then we're going to get to know you a little bit more as a person, because I'm sure everyone that follows your social media, everyone that follows you in general with your YouTube and everything like that, they kind of have a good idea of who you are, but they don't know Andre Ferguson. And
Okay.
myself too, I want to get to know Andre Ferguson because, to be honest with you, I will have to say, when people ask me, when they follow the sport, they ask me like, hey, who are you a fan of? I necessarily I don't fan over people, but there are people that I respect highly. And I will say you are probably not, you're either one or two up there for the people in the sport that I respect.
Appreciate you, dude. Appreciate you, dude.
And the reason why I say that is because you're someone who is and this is no secret, you're honest. you're a very honest individual.
Sometimes to a fault.
I don't think that's true, because the reason why I say that is because when someone is honest and you have no bad intent behind that, like you don't go after people or say negative things just for the fact of saying it.
No, I don't do that. I definitely don't do that.
Yeah, and so to me, you're someone who has your values and you stick to your values and you speak your mind.
I rock with that. Yeah. I rock with that.
Yeah, so you're someone who I think that sticks to his values, and which is why I have so much respect for you as an athlete and as a person. And so let's talk a little bit.
I'm gonna be me everywhere I go, man.
Yeah,
like, everywhere I go, I'm gonna be me, man. No matter what, I'm gonna stick to what I do.
Yeah,
regardless if you like it or not, man. That's up to you.
Yeah. And do you feel like a lot of people get a misconception of you because of that?
You know what it really is? I've realized this, yo, in this day and age, like telling the truth is like kind of like, it's like being like revolutionary, bro.
Yeah.
Like, because everyone tells lies and everyone caps and everyone over exaggerates everything.
Yeah.
So it's like the person like me is the most hated person because nobody wants to hear that shit. Nobody wants to hear that. Nobody wants to hear that somebody just exposed themselves. Like,
yeah,
it's like when I say something, the people that get offended, it's because it's their truth.
Yeah.
Like when I say, "Oh, what are guys doing?" Like when I say certain things about certain shows, like with the Arnold a couple of years ago, and there's like 40 people in it, and I'm like, "What the hell is 40 people doing this show for? For you guys don't have a shot at winning this show."
Yeah.
I'm like, why would 40 people show up here? It's a waste of a prep. And then it's like, oh, Dre's talking shit. It's like, I'm not talking shit, bro. Only one person can win the show.
Yeah.
It's a waste of, look, you got your debut or people who have been in third and fourth call out every show. Do you really think the Arnold was a place you should show up?
Yeah. No, for sure. I agree.
It's wasting a prep.
And the funny thing is, like, you look at guys' Instagrams and the things that they post on social media, like, I mean, it's a great show. Hands down, the Arnold is a great show. Like,
oh, hell
it's like the atmosphere to go there, to step on that stage. It's awesome.
Agreed.
But
Agreed.
I feel people overdo it when they say, I'm so honored to be accepted to compete in the Arnold. When all you have to do
but
you just have to send an application.
And they said, I'm so honored they picked me, bro. They didn't pick you.
Yeah. I remember when I competed in the Arnold, and this is real talk. So the very first time I ever I don't know if you even remember this. I think this was back in 2015.
No,
this is
16.
2016.
Yep.
No, 2015 or 2016 maybe. This is when I had my very first interaction with you. And
probably 15, probably.
Yeah.
15. Well, I turned pro in 14, so that was probably 15.
Yeah, so 2015. So I remember being backstage, and you know how they only allowed the top, I believe it was like the top 15 to come back for the evening show.
Top 10.
And top 10. Okay, so I was actually part of that top 10. And I believe I was part of that. Was I part of that top 10? I honestly can't remember. I've done so many shows, like just like you.
I think you were in the 10. And that's this year is that year you're talking about is 2016.
2016. Okay. So
or maybe even Jumanji might even been 17, bro.
No, not 2017. I remember I only did one Arnold, and it was
So 16.
Sure, yeah.
Who won?
I'm pretty sure it was 2015.
Who won? No,
honestly,
you weren't there. No, you weren't there in 15 because that was the year they had an invitational. I wasn't there at the 15.
Okay, then it was
15
2016.
That was the year Brandon won, and then 17 Ryan Terry won.
Okay. So it was probably 2016 then. And I remember you were backstage. I was like, this is my very first interaction with you. I from Adam, I don't know who you are. I just know you're one of the East Coast guys, because you know how there's like East Coast guys and West Coast guys. You know, we all have our own speculations of what the West Coast brings and what the East Coast brings. And I was just like, who is this guy? Like you were just talking up a storm backstage, because I think that you were trying to determine like whether or not you were happy with the list of like, you know, maybe someone else deserved to be in it or not. I honestly can't remember specifically what it was about, but I was like, who is this guy? Like
yo,
what
I
is he
wasn't even trying to stay around to see who was on the list.
Yeah.
I was like, I remember, I'm like, yeah, well, I already know I'm in the top 10 because I was in first call out, and they were still trying to make us stay. I was like, I remember Jason posting left right away, like, I'm not staying for this shit. Peace. He was out. He's like, I'm in the top 5. I'm out, bro.
Yeah. And I remember the bodybuilders were coming off stage, and some of them were like, and that's when they had like that buffet set up in the back, and they were all eating, like everyone was eating. And then
that year there was no pizza left. None left.
That was the year no pizza was left. And I remember the men's physique guys were like, man, what the hell? Like, we can't have any like
no pizza left, dude.
Yeah.
I remember that year.
Yeah. And then, you know, just over time, as I got to know who you were as a person, I was like, oh, this is Dre. Like, he's real. And so just over time, I've as I got to interact with you a little bit more, I've come to have so much more respect for you. And like I said, you're probably number 1 or 2 in the industry that
a lot of people who aren't who they are on the internet in real life.
Yeah.
A lot of people aren't.
Yeah.
Like, you see them in real life and you're like, this ain't the same person that was on the internet. Like, people, the whole online thing behind the keyboard thing gives people a chance to act differently than they do in person.
Yeah.
Because people who troll you are the same people that see you in person and want a picture.
Yeah. And some people get exposed on the internet too. And we all know that there was a lot of infighting, and I'm not going to go see my purpose wasn't to go into that today, but
there should be having it all the time.
Yeah.
Look, but you know what though? It's like this, right? I did an interview earlier with Sean Ray and Bob, right? Yeah. And what I said is, dude, look, we're not little kids, right? And I don't know of any place where you put a bunch of grown men that everyone gets along. On the football team, do you understand in every training camp people fist fight? Yeah. And it's just part of it. Yeah. And it's a competitive spirit in it. So to me, the little issues, and they're not real, they're not serious issues, bro. Yeah. It's like,
especially if the other person isn't willing to actually step up to the plate to deal with the issues.
What they say on the internet is not what they want to do in person, because I've pulled the cards in person. Yeah. And nobody wants to do nothing in person. And honestly, I don't even know why we even bother going back and forth on the internet then. Why can't you just do what you do? I do what I do. Like, everybody on the internet, I can understand if the competitive thing, I can understand that. Like, that should be there all the time.
Yeah.
But when people start talking shit, like, it's like, dude, like, if you're not really about that, just stay away from that. Be a good kid if you're a good kid.
Yeah. Yeah. No,
like,
definitely.
Look, I'm a good guy, bro. But I tell people, yo, I didn't grow up as a good kid. Like I was doing a whole bunch of stuff that people don't do. So
Yeah.
the background I have is not like this all honky dory background. So when people like, look, I don't want a problem, but when people have a problem, want a problem, yo, I am gladly able to oblige to it because yo, I feel comfortable in conflict situations just because of what I grew up doing, bro. It's nothing to glorify. It's not cool. It's just is what it is, bro.
Yeah. It's your environment, and that's what you were dealt, and you grew up in that environment. And let's talk a little bit about that. So again, Andre Ferguson, the competitor, and Andre Ferguson, who you are. So a lot of people don't know your background. Now, as much as I know about you, now we haven't had like this personal conversation or anything like that, but in your background, so we all know you grew up in Brooklyn and you got a degree in finance.
Brooklyn and Long Island.
And you got a degree in finance in college. I know that. So it's not just you're not some dummy competitor who's working out in the gym.
Yo, bodybuilding's like the fifth thing I am. Yo, like a lot of people are only bodybuilders. Like it's my profession, but it's like I'm much more than a bodybuilder, dude.
Yeah. And so with that, like just tell me your background, like growing up, what was it like, and up to college, everything like that. Like you said, you did some things.
Yo, we can go all over. Yo, life was crazy because there's so many places to go. Like, my mom, I grew up in a single mom household, man. I got 2 older brothers, a little sister.
Okay.
Like when I got home from school in high school, my mommy wasn't home. She worked 2-3 days, 2-3 jobs a day, yo. So when I got home, man, the streets was available. So I was outside doing a lot of reckless shit, bro. But it's not shit that you glorify, bro. I tell everybody, all that street shit, it's not cool. And especially if you've grown, like, come on, there's way better things to be doing.
Yeah. No, for sure. And
college was wild too.
Okay.
I went to St. John's University, like that. It's in Queens. Like stuff like my homeboy got shot at college, like shit like that. I get like wild crazy shit.
Yeah, and we know a lot of crazy stuff goes down in college, and
college is a good time though.
No, definitely. It's a growing experience. You're living on your own kind of at that time. You're doing your own thing. So even though, let's say you were doing that street stuff, so were you always like a good student, kind of taking care of your education? And
like nobody knows how I got straight A's as a senior. I was on high honors and I like never went to school. But like I never went to class, but I get good grades, bro. I know like I'm smart and I can take tests. So if I'm getting 90s, what the hell do I gotta be in class every day for?
Yeah.
Real funny. I was on high honors the whole as a senior. I was on high honors. Never went to this wild shit, bro.
Yeah. No, that's awesome.
But I get good grades, dude. I'm not dumb. Like, look, I feel like this, right? Unless you have learning problems, which some people do have. But if you don't have learning problems, if you actually sit in the classes or actually pick up the textbooks, how are you not knowing what you're doing on the test?
Yeah.
The only way you don't pass tests if you don't study.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty simple. Like my little sister went to Ivy League. Like even my daughter, my 10-year-old, she gets straight A's. Why does she get straight A's? Because she studies for the tests.
Yeah. It's an effort thing. It's not
right.
Yeah.
Right.
At the end of the day, anything is however much you want it.
Yeah, but you know what though? I can say this though. Intelligence is a person-to-person thing though, because even people without learning disabilities, there's still levels to who's smarter and who's not.
Yeah.
There are people getting 85s, which is really good, but there's people getting 98s and 100s on every test.
Yeah. And that actually correlates really well, I'm pretty sure, with your mentality in the sport in itself. And everything reflects in that, and really.
Because I'm a math person, right?
Yeah.
Like I'm not an English person, I'm a math person because like when a teacher tells you to write an essay, like it's up to their interpretation of the essay.
Mm-hmm.
Math is either right or wrong.
Yeah.
So a lot of the things with like bodybuilding, I look at the logistics, right? And like when I tell people things, and when I tell them, I base it off facts and logistics. Yeah. So when I'm saying something about where people should place in a show or who should be in the top 10 at the Olympia, I'm not basing it off of who are my friends and guys I don't like. Like people get mad when I say they're not in the top 10. First of all, guys, I can't put every single one of you in the top 10. It's only 10 people.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, it's like, yo, dude, I didn't not put you in it to hate on you. I didn't put you in it because the logistics say you're not gonna be there. It's just like when, all right, people say everyone's supposed to show up to the show to win. Everyone's not supposed to show up to the show to win, Jolanda. Yeah. They're not. Yeah. And when and people say, oh, you just saying that because you win. No, I'm saying that because when in my first couple of years, I didn't show up to every show to win. Not until I was actually able to win and be in first call out and be in top threes regularly did I feel I should show up to a show to win. Yo, dude, if I was in the third call out last week, why the hell should I be showing up to this show to win?
Yeah.
I should be showing up to the show to try to sharpen my iron and see what the judges say and try to get better. I shouldn't be showing up to win, and then if it doesn't go my way, now I have a narrative talking about, well, you guys know the sport is subjective. Like, you knew that before the show, bro.
Yeah. No, I completely agree with you. And it's just, there are some shows you just have to go to show your face at the end of the day.
But I don't think you should go to, like, someone like you don't have to go to any shows to show your face. Yeah. You're a perennial winner. Pick your show and take your shot. Yeah. Don't go over there trying to go, oh, well, I want to stand next to this guy and stand next to that guy. Fuck that. Go do the fucking Omaha fucking pro and take your win and go home. Like people want to be like, oh, well, I did the New York Pro. Yo, that's cool. You did the New York Pro and placed sixth, but who cares?
Yeah. Now
they care about you more if you won the Omaha Pro.
Yeah. No. Now, what about this? Now, I know you get a lot of insight because you do talk to a lot of judges and get feedback on their end in terms of what they're looking for. So let's say this hypothetical situation. So I'm from the West Coast. I never get in front of Steve. I always get in front of Sandy, Tamer, and some of the other judges kind of, spread out here and there. But if I wanted to have a better shot at the Olympia because Steve hasn't seen me all year, would you recommend a competitor going to? No. Okay.
No, go dominate where you at. The buzz is gonna hit them anyway.
Yeah.
Yo, dude, when I won 3 shows that my second year as a pro, that buzz hit the West Coast, bro.
Yeah. No, everyone knew of Andre Ferguson at the very least.
The buzz is going across the country, bro.
Yeah.
You don't have to go. And first of all, now where we at in the sport, it's not even Steve anymore, bro, that people have to be concerned about. It's Tyler who you have to be concerned about.
Yeah.
But your thing is this, right? Like I try to explain to people, like someone like you're on zero gravity, right?
Yeah.
So you guys have your rings, your circles, like you have your spots.
Yeah.
And what I mean is no, bro, go to your spots and your judges that like you. Because guess what? When you win and you're in the top 3 in consecutive shows and multiple shows, all right, what? You think the judges didn't know going into the New York Pro that Banks placed second or third in all them shows?
Yeah, no, they knew.
He didn't stand in front of. They don't need to see him in front of them to know that.
Yeah, no, for sure. And what was your personal thoughts on the New York Pro, by the way, this year? Just in terms of the winners and just kind of how the placing went. Your personal point of view.
I think all the placings at the New York Pro are on point, right? But my thing is this about where the New York Pro is gone. The top guys don't compete in the show no more.
Yeah. No,
like the New York Pro used to be the show that all the top guys do, and it's getting nabbed by a top 3 Olympian every year.
Yeah.
Now, the top guys don't even do it no more.
Yeah. You, Raymond, are probably staples for the New York Pro who always show up. And you guys weren't there this year, and even last year it was a little different too. And
last year was the year. Year before that was the year that his grandma died, so he sat that one out. Okay. And then last year was his Olympia year, so we sat it out last year.
Yeah, and I know he did Pittsburgh just because it's his hometown.
It's hometown.
Yeah,
hometown show. Yeah,
he represents there. So let's talk about your statistics. So I might have fudged the numbers, so correct me if I'm wrong. So you have 16 overall titles. You've got 3
I think 15 or 16 titles. 15 or 16.
15 or 16 overall titles. You've got 3 overall Arnold championships, and then you've got 3 top 5 Olympia placings.
4.
Correct? 4? Okay. 4 top 5.
2 5s, 2 2s.
Okay. So 4 top 5 Olympia placings. Now, I know you're a stats guy. So you're a numbers guy, you're a stats guy. You don't want to just be like a one-time big hitter and, you know, and end all things, just collect a bunch of rings and just say that's all you did. You want the statistics. You want to be the best. When you're done, you want to go down as the best. So a lot of people have to mount up to your achievements. And so as of where you're at right now, because you haven't won the Olympia, for Andre Ferguson, do you feel like that's a monkey on your back, or do you feel like you're just still working towards something, or is that just something that's bearing over you?
It's neither of the three.
Okay.
Yo, dude, I just got to keep working and nail that shit on that show day. Yo,
Okay.
dude, I've beaten all these guys, Joe Manji. I'm beating these guys in their Olympia years, bro. I beat Brandon last year with a perfect score at the Arnold, and he was cooking.
Yeah.
It takes me being off for people to win.
Yeah.
So to me, it ain't got nothing to do with them. It has everything to do with me. If I'm off, then it's like, all right, well, Dre's off. Someone else got a shot.
Yeah.
If Dre's on, now you ain't got no shot, bro.
Yeah. And this past year at the Olympia, now everyone, like, I was like, Dre's gonna come and sweep this show.
Nah,
and
yo, dude, I missed it. Yo, I peeked backstage a little bit, but backstage, yo. And by the time I got on stage, I was watery.
Okay. Yeah.
Pumped too long. I'm one of the guys who usually doesn't pump at all.
Yeah.
And yo, I started pumping probably about an hour and change before we got on stage. By the time I got on stage, I was watery, bro. Sweating it back out.
Was that a timing thing, or was that just something you and Omar wanted to change something up?
Nope. Timing thing.
Okay.
Timing thing. Yeah, yo, don't like. How should I say this? Yo, nailing your look, a lot goes into it. We know that.
Yeah. No, 100%. 100%.
And you have to nail it in the window when you're on stage, not the window when you're backstage or the window the next day.
Yeah.
So, yo, dude, we don't really mess up the peaks too much, bro. So, okay, cool. I didn't peak right. Whatever.
Yeah.
On to the next, bro. It don't happen much, bro. And look, so if you want to go to the stats again, right?
Yeah.
In the last 8 times, I'm 6-2 against Brandon.
Yeah.
His 2 just so happened to be Olympias.
Yeah.
But what does it tell you? I'm due for a win again.
Yeah. No, exactly.
When you win 1, I win 4 or 5 after that. Mm-hmm. So, okay, you won, bro. Cool. I'm not knocking it. And look, it's a great achievement, bro. You got the Olympia. Like, hats off to that shit, bro. Do not get it fucked up. We're not going to downplay Olympias at all around here.
Oh, no, exactly. Yeah.
But cool. Like, anybody got their head in the clouds and think they don't know what's coming already, they got something mistaken, Joe.
Yeah.
And look, that's not anybody being arrogant or cocky. That's just me being real about the situation.
Yeah. And at the end of the day, you have to have that. You can't come in saying like,
no,
I'm just going to try my best. And
but look, it's not even about having the mindset. If I didn't have a reason to have the mindset, I wouldn't have it. Joe Manji, I just beat him last year.
Yeah.
So what? I'm supposed to think I can't beat him because he won the last one?
Yeah.
No, bro. No. No.
No, I feel you. So let's go back to kind of you leading up to having this type of mindset. Did you play sports growing up at all?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
What'd you do through high school and college or whatever you played?
Yeah, I played a lot of sports, yo, but I was a badass soccer player. I didn't play in high school though because I hated the coach. So I only played club ball.
Okay.
I played basketball in high school. I played lacrosse in high school. I played football in high school.
Okay.
I ran track in high school. I wrestled.
Yeah.
I played a lot of sports, dude. Played a lot of sports.
So I'm assuming that a lot of your, who you are, your character, a lot of this was built through playing sports too. You'd say true to that?
Yeah, my mom's competitive as fuck, bro.
Yeah.
Like my mom's competitive as fuck. The house, sports, and just being outside, bro. I grew up, on the block, bro, out of 20 people, you grown up with 15 alpha males out of 20 people.
Yeah.
So it's like, you're going to have to figure out your way, or you're going to be getting beat up outside.
Yeah.
Like, you're going to figure it out, dude. Yeah. Like, some people going to figure it out. Some people going to get picked on. Yeah. I was one of the people who figured it out.
Yeah. And I think today in culture, so one thing I told you before this, one thing I did want to talk to you about was just culture and what's going on in this world today, we seem to be going against the grain of who you are. So like your personality, how you were grown, how you grew up, the things that I was taught, the way that I was taught to treat others and to expect the outcomes, you know, just depending on how I enter the situation. A lot of that seems to be going against the grain these days, because one of the ways that you actually put it, you were answering a question about athletes working with coaches. You did a live with Cash a couple of, I want to say it was like a week ago. And you, I'm gonna quote you real quick. You said, "In the world we live in now, we're raising a bunch of pussies. No one has accountability." And I think a lot of that speaks to kind of what you believe and just kind of how you approach things. And we live in a culture today where we're handing out participation trophies. Like you said on that live stream, even in our military nowadays, we have stress cards when drill sergeants are going too hard.
Yo, dude, look, when I grew up, I remember I told you already, I grew up without my dad in the house, right?
Yeah.
Yo, every year from when I was 6 years old playing soccer, yo, my mom looking like, yo, we came to get the big trophy.
Yeah.
We want the participation trophy. We came to get the big one, guys.
Yeah. There was never a number two. Like I played lacrosse in college. When we didn't get no runner up, second place silver medal trophy or a bronze trophy for, for going to the semifinals. We didn't get any of that. Like our team didn't, make t-shirts for, hey, we were in the finals, but we didn't win it. And I feel like today, a lot of the youth, like we expect to get what we don't deserve. And
that's a big problem to me.
Yeah. And I don't know what perpetuated that, kind of going.
Dude, I even deal with it with my kids, bro. Like my 10-year-old, like, you want to go out, like I told you, like you're told if you want to go anywhere, make sure your room is clean first. So you want to go somewhere with your friends and it's like, yo, is your room clean?
Yeah.
No, but I can't do it late. That's not the rule. So you always want something without deserving it. Like, why don't you just clean the damn room and then go about your business after?
Yeah.
Like, I just don't get it. Like, it's like society has made it where everyone feels they deserve to be a king and a queen. Like, but last time I checked, nowhere in history was everybody king and queens.
Yeah.
Like, there's always more Indians than chiefs.
Yeah.
What is wrong with being average anymore? Like, everyone can't be the man, bro. Like, everyone can't be the man, Joe. And in certain things in life, you're just gonna be average. I'm not great at everything, Joe. There's things in life I'm average at. So everyone can't be great at bodybuilding.
Mm-hmm.
There's some people who are just gonna be average.
Yeah.
And I think people started telling adults what the second grade teacher tells you. Oh, you can do anything in life. You can do it. Like, no, you're supposed to tell adults reality, dude.
Yeah.
Like, there's gonna be winners and losers, brother. Yeah. Like, people have to lose in life for people to win in life. It's just the scale. It's just the way it's balanced. And the accountability now is like, oh, so no one's first place anymore. Mm-hmm. So when you're little kids, like, look, I get it. Like, to a certain extent, they feel like it's ruining kids' self-esteem, but I don't think it is. It's because the reason why it's ruining the self-esteem is because they created that kind of culture, that like sheltered culture already. When we grew up, you weren't sheltered. So it didn't mess up your psyche because you went outside. Like, you were used to not being sheltered. Yeah. So you were used to taking your bumps and bruises and getting up and going along. Yeah. Kids don't even play outside anymore.
No, kids don't fall off trees these days.
I was just about to, Jumanji, how many times you scrape your knee?
Yo, I remember I was probably in the second grade. I was climbing the tree in my backyard. I fell off the tree. I broke possibly like 5 branches falling down, and I got back up. I didn't cry about it. I was like, oh shit, I fell. And that was it. And you brushed yourself off. Your mom yelled at you a little bit when you went back in the house because you fell off the tree. And I don't hear about that these days anymore.
No, because you know what kids do nowadays? Half the time they're not hurt, but they cry because they know they're going to get sympathy. And that's the same environment we're talking about here.
Yeah. And I think a lot of that goes into the second topic of culture that I did want to talk about. And I'm generalizing it. I'm calling it cyberbullying. Now, this can even equate to kind of the things that you experience. I'm not saying that you're bullied and you feel bullied, but people
You're talking
feel
about
like,
yes, no, but look, I kind of am, but I can never say that.
yeah,
Yo, a troll is bullying you, Joe,
yeah,
or they're trying to.
yeah,
Even though they're 5 feet tall, 120 pounds, but because they're not sitting here, they're trying to bully me over the computer.
yeah. No, that's exactly what I was gonna say. People feel like
but finish the thought.
No, I was basically gonna say people feel like they have the freedom to to literally say some of the darkest, like, this is something they will never say to your face. This is something that they, I don't understand people, how they have this spur of the moment feeling to leave this type of comment or to say, like, no, go ahead.
I don't understand it at all, Joe, right? Because there's so many levels I don't understand it, right? So let's go to this level first, right?
Yeah.
Joe, you see things every day that you don't agree with on the internet.
100%.
You don't feel the need to leave your 2 cents there.
Yeah.
And at every single time, and especially if you have something negative and dark and just some hater shit to say, like, yo, people say really hateful shit on the internet, dude.
Yeah.
And it's like, where is this coming from? But you know where it's coming from? They're all socially awkward, and that pent up frustration in the house. That's what it is. Joe, we didn't look at life like that because we were outside living life. People don't live anymore, Joe.
Yeah.
Do you know how many people are only confined to their living space, their workspace, and their phone?
No, probably the majority of people, especially now with COVID-19 going on and everyone staying home and kids growing up, the amount of technology that there is. You have kids that are 2 years old that are only watching iPads all day. And this is how they are, this is something my fiance and I do talk about when we have kids. We already talked about it. We're like, we're never going to put
limiting the time.
Yeah. Or limiting the time. And we're not going to make.
Look, I'm going to say.
Yeah.
Do you know what this is the reason why I understand why parents have them, right? Because even my 3-year-old used it, but my 3-year-old does look on her own. She's not on it all day.
Yeah.
Because she's active. That's why.
Yeah.
Like, she'd rather come bother me than play on the iPad. Like, that's what she'd rather. Oh, let me just go step on daddy's arm or something. Let me go do something bad over here. So he gotta say something. Like, she'd rather do that than go play on the iPad. But parents give them to them because parents are busy. Yeah. And it's a way to shut the kid up. I'm not gonna lie, it's a way to shut the kids up, dude.
Yeah.
So, but the iPad shouldn't be raising your kids though.
No, 100%. Yeah.
That's the one. That's if it's to the point where it's raising your kid, you gotta limit it.
And that's where a lot of this connects to. So we were talking about that sense of accountability and the whole cyberbullying too. So it's crazy how people find it so shocking that once someone does approach you and calls you out on the situation for the things that you do say online, that they are all of a sudden
they're the victim now.
Yeah, they're like,
they're
why
the victim
are you doing
now?
This to me? Like, I didn't mean anything.
I've had that happen.
Huh?
I've had that happen. I've had that happen.
Yours was very publicized. Everyone does.
I've had it a couple times, and I don't get it. Like, yo, Joe.
Yeah.
I'm a grown man, bro. Right?
Yeah.
We're grown-ups. What makes you think you can talk to me however you feel like it and say whatever you want to, all these personal things to me? And you think now when we see each other in person that I'm not supposed to have a legitimate problem about it.
Mm-hmm.
And look, say we get into a little scuffle. Who cares? People got into scuffles all day growing when I grew up. Yeah. Like, it's not, people make it a big, like, you see how there's school shootings and all of this crazy stuff going on? It's because kids don't fist, and like all the shootings in Chicago, these kids in Chicago don't even shoot each other for anything besides just, you shot my friend, so I shoot you. Like, it's not about money. It's not about family. It's not about nothing besides you shot someone on my block, so I shoot somebody on your block. Yeah. It's the dumbest game ever. It's the dumbest thing ever. Yeah. Like, people don't just have regular fist fights after high school at the tree no more.
Yeah.
is because of the whole participation trophy and the isolation and even the culture thing, like the whole, like it's just everything. And now, like, America used to be, we used to be strong. We're weak now.
Yeah.
We are weak. We are weak. When you look at us, we became Big Brother because everybody looked at us as Big Brother. We weren't even trying to be Big Brother. They just looked at, because you know how sometimes a leader is picked by the people? Like the leader doesn't choose to be the leader. People are looking at you to lead.
Yeah. And
in those moments, they were looking at us to lead, not no more.
Yeah. And a lot of like, I don't want to make it political, but and you, I'm pretty sure you know where I stand politically. But
I don't know where you stand. But look, I'll say this though. If you stand far left or far right, you're fucking delusional.
Yeah, I remember you said that on Cash's interview too.
You're delusional, bro.
Yeah.
You're delusional. If you riding on everything Trump saying, you're delusional. If you riding on everything Biden saying, you're delusional too. Yeah. Both people are delusional.
Yeah. And the way that I weigh that, so if like Trump, like I'm a huge Trump supporter at the end of the day, but the thing is with me,
but look, hold on. The word you were about to use is the problem. You were about to say you're a huge Trump fan.
So by saying supporter?
No. First you said I'm a huge Trump supporter.
Oh no, I wasn't gonna. I actually wasn't gonna say fan.
Okay, because it looked like you were about to mouth.
No. I wasn't gonna say fan. The reason why though, I'll clarify this. The reason why I'm a huge Trump supporter. So I know he says some shit, like he says some shit, but the thing is, I grew up like being in the era that we grew up in. Just because someone says something mean doesn't mean that.
But hold on. But do we let CEOs and everybody, police officers and everybody else that's in a place of prosperity where we put you up, you don't get to say that no more.
Yeah. No,
you don't get to act like that no more.
Yeah.
You know why you don't get to act like that no more? Because you're supposed to be setting an example for everyone else.
Yeah.
So if that's the example we're following, so you're trying to tell me now, you want your kids to follow that example of doing that?
No, I don't take everything serious in terms of what he says, though.
No, but what I'm saying though is like, that's not an example for me to tell my kids to follow.
Yeah.
You should not be the president then, bro.
Yeah.
For good or bad, bro. For good or bad, Joe. Because it's like this. My kid sitting on the couch and he hears the president say, "Oh, grab her by the pussy."
Yeah.
And I got a 5-year-old sitting here.
Yeah. So here's the thing. I'm not gonna.
It's just like this, Joe, right?
Mm-hmm.
With police officers, right? Shouldn't they be held to a higher standard because they're giving a higher authority?
Yeah, hands down. The
more authority you have, the higher standard you should be held to.
Mm-hmm.
And that's just point blank. And that's without even getting into the full politics of it. Because look, I tell everybody, I agree with things on both sides and I disagree with things on both sides. Mm-hmm. I'm not a Trump supporter. I'm not a Trump hater. I'm not a Biden supporter. I'm not a Biden hater. I'm an American, bro.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. No, I respect that. And you're someone who you can have a conversation with. So I do respect that. But again, more so my point of view was I don't, and again, I feel that a lot of the parenting can actually counteract whoever the president is, because, you know, Biden's the president right now. I wouldn't want my kid doing like more than half.
But look, you're going to talk about the shit he was doing, right? Because since he's been president, you tell me one thing that you're going to tell your kid not to follow. He's a good man, bro. He's a good man, bro. What he was doing before, they were all doing that shit. Mm-hmm. All of them, bro. All politicians are dirty people, bro. They're all dirty people. All of them. We know this already, bro. Mm-hmm. But the example that he's showing you today is a man that's a good man. Let's get rid of the policy. Let's put the policy on the side.
Yeah.
There's nothing to show you that you can't follow right now.
More so, again, with Biden too, I'm just not, I don't agree with his policies. So if we're talking politics, I don't agree.
I can say I can say this. I agree with some of them and I don't agree with some of them.
Yeah.
But I can say this. All those motherfuckers who don't agree with him, Joe, none of them gave the money back.
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
like, I'm pretty sure all of those same people cashed their stimulus checks, yo.
Yeah. Yeah. No, 100%. And
And look, that's what I'm saying, though, Joe. So how can you disagree with all the policy? You can't disagree with all of his policy.
I don't know what he did good.
See, so what did he do bad?
He canceled the Keystone Pipeline. He canceled the wall. He canceled.
But look, the wall and things like that. Mm-hmm. Yo, bro, that's a personal opinion.
Yeah,
Joe.
no. That's what I'm saying.
What I'm saying is this, Joe. Let's take the personal politics out of it. Like the wall thing. The wall is a personal thing, Joe. It's either you're personally for it or you're personally against it.
Yeah.
That's something that doesn't really affect your bottom line, Joe. Your family is not being affected day to day to that, and neither is mine. And I think people get caught up on that too much. Let me ask you this, Joe.
Yeah.
Did you vote? Did you vote for your county officials?
I did.
Okay, because I'll let you know right now, most people can't tell you who their county officials are. And those are the things that actually affect you day to day, Joe.
Oh, yeah, no. Local government is the most important because that's where you can make the most difference in terms of where you live to affect your family, your well-being, the people around you. Because at the end of the day, your local government can still protect you no matter what the federal government does. And so state is very important. That's why I tell people, like, if anything, like, get involved with your own state. And that's where you can make the most difference. And that's where you can actually make actions occur within your own community. So
I agree.
100%.
Now look, let's actually take the personal things out, like the wall, Joe.
Yeah.
Like people go to their personal things, right? Because that's what you're going to try to tell me. Like, you're going to try to tell me or somebody else to not attack those same personal things about Donald Trump, like things that I have a personal problem with. Let's get out of that and look at the real policy, bro.
Yeah.
Like, was the stimulus checks needed, Joe?
Were they needed? Yes and no.
Okay, cool. So that's a good answer.
Yes,
that's a good answer. Now let me ask you another question, because people swear these things, right? Did any of those stimulus checks go to people that are illegal immigrants or people who don't live in this country? Did any of those checks get shipped out of this country?
They went to the illegal immigrants in the country, but not people out of the country.
Which illegal immigrants did they go to, Joe?
In New York, didn't Governor Cuomo give like millions of dollars to illegal immigrants?
The only time you got to check is if your kid was a citizen.
Okay.
And like you see, but like Joe, you see how everyone doesn't know everything?
Yeah, no, that's why I don't talk on that specifically.
But you see how that situation, people want to say it's bad policy because they swear they know what they're talking about.
Yeah.
And that's what I mean. Like too many people are ingenuous, Joe, from the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
So like, if you went into that, Joe, and the person who told you it wasn't ingenuous about it, you would feel different about it.
Yeah.
You see how I just tell you, bro, no checks went to illegals. They only went to people who have kids that are citizens. Yeah. So that means if your mom was an illegal immigrant, she still got the money for you, not for her.
Yeah. No, and
so she didn't get the 2 checks. She only got the 1 check for you.
Yeah, and I'm okay with that. I didn't speak on that because I didn't know about it.
What I'm saying, Joe, is you see how you could change your stance so easy when someone's not ingenuous about it.
Yeah, and the thing is, at the end of the day, as long as someone has empathy for others, I think that's
I think that's what's missing with America right now.
Yeah.
People act like they don't know the feeling other people go through no more.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, because I'm not in the shithole no more, I can talk shit about the people who are in the shithole.
Yeah.
That don't make sense, Joe.
Yeah.
That's the whole not remember when you came from story, right?
Yeah. No, exactly.
Yo, Joe, all of us came from an immigrant. Yo, a lot of us are here illegal. And guess what? The number one illegal immigrant here is not people that came from Mexico, Joe. It's people that overstayed their visas.
Mm-hmm.
And most of them are Caucasian color, Joe.
Yeah.
But guess what? ICE ain't knocking on their door.
Yeah.
And like, people are so ingenuous. Like, let's just be real about it, yo. Like, let's just be real about everything. I don't know why people got to be ingenuous. I think there's shitty things on both sides, Joe. And I think there's good things on both sides, Joe.
Yeah.
But if when we have control, the other side's gonna fucking just obstruct. And when the other side has control, the other side is just gonna obstruct. What do we get accomplished?
Yeah.
I literally watch it and it looks like a bunch of 5-year-olds, in the sandbox.
Yeah.
It's like, and look, me, I can tell people that I'll tell you straight up, I'm a Republican with Democratic views.
Yeah. So you're almost
like,
a libertarian.
No.
So you
no. I am not a fucking liberal.
No, not a liberal. Well, so you
no.
Here's how I lay it out.
So most of my values are conservative.
Yeah. But socially, you have some democratic views.
Yes, because I believe in empathy.
Yeah. So like,
I don't believe, like, everyone's like, oh, go work for your money. People do work for their money. What are you talking about?
Yeah. No, I agree with you.
With the stimulus checks, like the money that went out, dude, did they not see how many people are unemployed? What do you mean? Why don't people go to work? They can't go to work.
But here's one thing. The reason why I said yes or no on that, and we won't stick to this conversation. Part of the conversation.
Joe. Yeah. I know what you're gonna say, but Joe, don't get it twisted. People abusing it.
Yeah, no. People
abuse it.
Yeah.
People abusing it, Joe. Yeah. People abusing it, Joe.
100%. That's
and look, that's why I said you gave the right answer.
Yeah.
Because Joe, the answer to most of the questions are yes and no.
Yeah.
They shouldn't be hard no's and hard yeses.
Yeah. That's why I like, currently in Florida, what they did was the governor of the state, Governor DeSantis, what he did was people currently receiving stimulus have to apply for X amount of jobs a week.
Yes,
and they have to
agree in that.
And whatever job that within what they apply to, if they do get the job, they have to take the job.
1000% agree with that.
So I'm on board with something like that. So I
1000% agree with that.
If someone and their family is struggling, their parent can't get a job, or their kids, like right now, they can't even pick up a part-time job and they're living at home. I understand, like, you do need a stimulus check, like, in that situation, because
I agree.
Right now everyone isn't open up, everything didn't go back to normal. I mean, even comparing that to competing, like I was watching another interview you did, and you were talking about the different connections that you do have. And so you were able to get a gym during COVID-19, whereas me, I had the hardest time to even find a gym, which is one of the main reasons why I did sit out last year, was because I couldn't work out consistently. I trained for 2 days and then I'd be sitting for 2 weeks. And
that's rough.
That's rough. I couldn't do that. And so I understand people's situations, and I'm not going to sit here and say, like, just because you can't find a job and the state's closed doesn't. Oh yeah, go ahead.
I gotta my mom beeping, so let me call her back on this phone real quick.
All right, yeah, give her a call.
We just gonna hit pause on there, because you just edit this part out.
For sure, we'll do that.
Or if it's pretty funny, you just leave it in there.
All right.
I'm on a Zoom meeting call. What's up? When? Right now you need it? What time is it? It's 8:45. All right, I'll be there at 9 o'clock. All right. Back to what we say.
All right. So we'll wrap this up really soon. So let's what were we saying? So again, it's all about empathy at the end of the day. The thing is, I'm not going to say I'm not going to have the answer for everything. I can't put myself in everyone else's shoes. Like, one thing I do talk to my sister about is, like, I want to do what's good for the people of America at the end of the day. And, with all the division that's going on within our country, like,
I wish that was the outlook everyone had, Joe, because everyone's like, oh no, they just want to do it for them.
Yeah. And,
like, when did we all become so selfish?
Yeah. And right now, with the divide, and right now it's clear, like, we're divided by color, we're divided by religion, we're divided by everything today.
Economics, Joe.
Yeah.
Everything, Joe.
Yeah.
We're divided by what music we listen to. Like country people don't even want to hang out with people that listen to hip hop no more.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, people are being canceled left and right for things they said when they were like 15. And
I disagree with some of it, but I agree with some of it too.
No, like some of the things that people say, like if it's absolutely outright horrendous, like, but if it's let's take a person, like here's one thing, like I'm looking at you for who you are, and I know who you are. So if you say one thing that's out of your character, I'm not going to judge you by that one thing that you said out of your character.
Ooh.
So
you know what? Yo, Joe, I agree with you on that too.
Yeah. So I am not gonna say this is who Andre Ferguson is because he said that one thing out of character once.
I agree.
Yeah,
I agree.
So and which is why I think a lot of it, you know, everything that we've already
it is excessive. It's excessive. Yeah. It is.
Yeah. So a lot of what we talked about, you know, even regarding like the participation trophies, it's a lot of people have this expectation now to, again, everyone wants to be the chief and everyone wants to be the high earner. Everyone wants to be this and that without actually putting in the work for it. And I feel like that's starting to become a very consistent thing that we're seeing in America today.
I totally agree with you. And it goes back to accountability, Joe.
Yeah.
It goes back to accountability because accountability, yo, look, what is it? The average income is 40, 42, 43 grand, right?
Somewhere around that. I think it's roughly around 40,000, somewhere around there.
So
across the US.
So guess what? How can everyone be a high earner?
Yeah.
It's not realistic.
Yeah.
It's just like, guys, I get it. We all want to be that, but
yeah,
we at some point we all wanted to be Michael Jordan too.
Yeah. Everyone said Kobe when they shot the piece of paper into the trash can. And everyone wanted to be Kobe Bryant. And so, well, me being from California or living in California, that's what it was like. So
I love Kobe, man. I love Kobe.
Yeah. And so it blows my mind that that's where we're headed to today. And the thing is, like, one thing that I do love about the sport of bodybuilding is that it goes against that completely. It completely goes against that. You get what you earn. It's not like, you know, you can go to the gym and give your rewards to someone else.
No,
yeah,
no, you cannot. No, you cannot. It's all earned by you and and then look, the best part about it though, Joe, is oh, my brother walking through the back. The best part about it though, Joe, is once you stop fucking going to it, it goes away.
Yeah.
You stop going to the gym, bro.
Yeah.
The rewards go away, bro. That body's gonna go away.
Yeah.
You have to consistently work at it.
Yeah, 100%. And so, you know, let's wrap things up. So, I mean, honestly, this was I love this conversation, you know, since this was the first time even talking politics or anything near that with you. But yeah, like, you know, real quick before we do end this, what's going on in your world today? You know, is there any like coaching or anything else you want to talk about that you're currently doing that you want to put out there?
Yeah, like we revamping the online coaching right now with a new website and the app to go with it. So like I like when I relaunched the online coaching, we going big with it, yo. Like the apps, I'm gonna have the app, the interactive app where you can actually just go on the app and like it says rear delt fly. Literally, it's gonna show me doing a rear delt fly if you don't know what it is. So you click right on the app, right in the middle of the gym, boom, rear delt fly.
Yeah.
We got the sponsors as always, Dark Sport, Hummus Fit, Fathers and Sons, Dragon Farmer. Like those are my main sponsors. Like they all treat me very, very well.
Okay.
And shout out to Dark Sport again, because you know that's the people's.
Let's go.
But yo, dude, just like I'm not in prep yet. We're 12 weeks out from Tampa Pro. Omar don't want me starting prep till 8 weeks out. But if you see my face already, I'm already kind of lean. Like, and I'm not even trying. When I get off this phone, I'm ordering McDonald's.
Yeah, but I was gonna bring that up. How do you do that? Like, I know you naturally just burn your calories really fast, but how like just being honest, how often do you eat McDonald's?
I eat the breakfast every single day.
Every day.
I don't mean like most or some. Like I mean every single day.
Yeah. Man, that's crazy.
Yo, coach just says this is what he says. Yo, bro, your body's just used to that food. Like, so your body, it just sits well. Yo, it digests well, everything, Joe. Like, I don't have runny shits or anything. Like it agrees with my body.
Yeah. And honestly, this is why Andre Ferguson is one of the best competitors, because his body is capable of doing this stuff, but this doesn't mean you can go out there and do this too. I'm telling everyone. Yo,
George says it all the time.
I swear someone's going to be like, oh, Andre Ferguson eats the McDonald's breakfast menu every day. I got to input that into my diet so I can get used to it too. And trust me, it's not going to work, everyone.
I know people who have tried, and Joe, they've all failed. Yo, one other person I've seen in McDonald's that actually looked good from is Raymond. Like George can't even eat with us. Like we go to McDonald's and George got to watch. Like George, we be in prep. Yo, dude, I be 6 weeks out from a show. Omar be like, yo, McDonald's. Yup. He'd be like, cool. He's like, nah, we not cutting it yet. All right. Like, yo, he don't cut McDonald's out of my diet. It's usually 4 or 5 weeks out. But me personally, yo, I've put on new tissue, but I'm still trying to stay in shape. Mm-hmm. So I'm not, if you see my videos, like I'm not far out of shape, dude. Look at my face. Like my face is lean. Like I've added new tissue and stayed in pretty decent shape, Joe, on no cardio and no structured diet. Like I'm not on a structured carb cycle or a structured plan. Like I just eat intuitively. For the most part, I eat 4 meals a day, I want to say, around there. So we haven't even like really started, like, I guess 10 weeks out, we'll start increasing the food, like where I have to eat my 6 meals a day. Yeah. And then we'll add in the cardio. So while we're actually just peeling it off, it's going to just all harden up at the same time. So, and I don't have a lot of body fat to burn, which is great. Yeah. No, we all know, yo, the fat you put on, you got to take off. And we all know, Joe, it's way harder to come off than it is to go on, bro.
No, for sure. It's I had to deal with that after COVID and everything happened, man. This prep was probably one of the, and I'm not going to say on the show which show I'm doing. I was just about to ask, bro. No, wait, I told you. You can check your DM. I told you which shows I'm doing.
No. Yo, you did tell me.
Yeah. So you already know which 2 shows I got coming up, but I'm not going to talk about it. But man, this prep just coming back with even
how you feel though? Because I see you're starting to look good now. So like,
I feel great. I'm where I'm supposed to be. My body's reacting the way it's supposed to react, and in terms of timeline wise, I'm right where I'm supposed to be, and so I'm excited. But it wasn't even just like putting on new muscle tissue. It was getting back the muscle tissue that I had before, because if you're not like you said, if you're not training, you're gonna lose that.
Look, like Ryan said though, yo, listen, man. Joe got all the shoulders and chest in the world. We can't give him no more of that.
I remember one show I did. They actually said my pecs were too big, and
yo, bro, I'm like, bro, Joe's upper rack is fucking nuts.
Yeah. And
they told me my chest was too big.
No,
I've never heard them tell somebody that before.
I'm not gonna say which judge it was, but I'm not gonna call anyone out, but I remember like I was wondering, like, man, why didn't I place higher? And then, I thought I was going to get some structural critique, and they were like, you have to bring your chest down a little bit. I was like, what? Like, what the hell? And
your chest and shoulders, your upper rack is fucking full, bro.
I appreciate that, man. And for your app, do you have kind of a timeline of when people should expect that?
Ooh, honestly, yo. We gonna launch it when I'm like 8 weeks out. Cause look, this how like online coaching goes, right? If you know logistics again, right? So like I pay attention to all the logistics of when I do online coaching, of when it peaks and valleys, right? So the way online coaching goes is when you're getting shredded, people want to get shredded with you. Yeah. So the best time to put the programs back out is when I'm getting back in shape again. Yeah. So I'm gonna wait till about 8 weeks out. Like they're building the website, but I know they'll be done way before that. But I'm just gonna hold it on. I'm a timing guy, Joe. Yeah. Like I'm patient. So I don't, just because I have it, I don't have to go like this with it. Yeah. Like literally, I got a car that's been sitting for like 6 months, Joe. Yeah. Like because I got the car. Like I don't need a car. I don't need the car. I have other cars, but it's like.
It's like, would you take $100 now, or would you get $500 in, for, in a week? Would you rather have $500 in a week? So you're playing it smart. So to everyone listening, just wait about roughly 4 to 6 weeks. We'll just say that roughly 4 to 6 weeks.
About the time Joe's gonna be getting back on stage.
So we'll see what happens there. But yeah, man, thanks for being on. I really appreciate it. Dude. This was the very first show. We're gonna keep it going, and hopefully we can have you on next time.
Can I give you a suggestion for the next episode?
Yeah, 100%.
Interview that guy Andre from Romania.
Okay.
Interview one of the really good young guys. Him, Kaiki, one of them guys.
Yeah.
Stephen Cal, maybe.
Yeah. No, I actually reached out to Steven. We got him in the lineup probably in the next few weeks.
One of those guys.
And then
I say you go to a young guy next.
Yeah. Why do you say that?
Because they have a different audience than us.
Yeah.
Like me and you, we're like the veterans, so we have the old audience. Like,
yeah.
Bring in that new audience. Like let them get a little taste of it.
Yeah.
And then go back to your hitters again.
Yeah.
Like, because look, the hitters people always want to see, right? Yeah. But people want to see these young guys too. So like the guys I named are young guys that people actually like watching. Like they're not just some guy off the corner that nobody cares about. Yeah. Like these guys people like watching. I like those guys.
Yeah. And I don't know Andre, but Steven, we all know that he's a really good guy too. So I'll be I'll be talking with him. And
Andre's a really nice kid, bro. Really nice kid, man. Really nice kid. The guy beat me at the Olympia and he still thinks I'm the best in the world. I swear to you, right?
It's a level of respect too. You've earned that. And honestly, it's not just the Olympia, it's statistics. So the way that you're going about it matters, and people see that. And so good luck, keep it going. And of course, I'll see you soon. I'll at the latest, I'll see you in July for that Dark Sport photo shoot. So people can expect that too. So thank you, Andre Ferguson. We will talk to you later, and have a good day, man.
Later.
All right, peace.